Welcome to United Report, your ultimate source for everything Manchester United. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, we've got you covered with all the updates, transfers, and match highlights you need. If you're a true Red Devil, this is your home. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into the world of United together. Lisandro Martinez has been left in tears after he had to be stretched off during Manchester United's clash with Crystal Palace. The Argentine defender instantly called for a substitution after jarring his left knee in the turf during a challenge with Ismaila Sarr. Martinez had his head in his hands as he lay flat, with medics attending him. The 27-year-old was seen crying on the stretcher as he was carried off, with Matthijs de Ligt coming on to replace him. The ball had been played down the touchline on United's left-hand side in the 77th minute, with Martinez covering. But as he tried to shield the ball, the defender crumpled to the floor, with referee John Brooks quickly awarding United a free kick. But in concerning scenes, Martinez did not get back to his feet, and instead stayed on the ground. The United star did sit up, and could be seen holding his left knee as his United teammates gathered around him. After a 5-minute delay, Martinez was eventually carried off the pitch. By that stage, United were already a goal down, thanks to Jean-Philippe Mateta's goal. The Palace star reacted first after Maxence Lacroix's header hit the bar to smash the ball into the net. United's day went from bad to worse when Martinez went off injured, before Mateta sealed a win for Palace with a second goal. That came with 1 minute of normal time remaining when Sarr played a delightful pass in behind for Daniel Munoz. The wing-back was clean through on goal, but chose to be selfless and squared the ball for Mateta to tap into an empty net. United boss Ruben Amorim admitted that Martinez's injury appeared to be serious. "We are going to see in the next days, but I think it is a serious situation. He is not only a great player but a strong character in the dressing room," he told Sky Sports. "He felt it, and when you are a player, you know when it is something serious. We are here to help him in this difficult moment, like he has helped us." The result is really bad. The performance was a little bit better than the last games. We controlled the transitions quite well for Crystal Palace. We suffered 2 goals that we can avoid, and the injury on Lisandro Martinez was tough for the team. Manchester United will not pursue a move for Aston Villa star Leon Bailey as Marcus Rashford heads in the opposite direction, and are instead focusing on moves for Mathys Tel or Christopher Nkunku. The Red Devils are in the market for a forward before the January transfer deadline on Monday night, as they look to replace the outgoing Rashford, who will join Villa on a loan deal for the remainder of the season. United have already secured a deal for 2 defenders this month, with centre-back Aidan Heaven arriving from Arsenal on Saturday and Lecce left-back Patrick Dorgu coming in the following day to bolster the backline. But with forwards Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee both out of form, boss Ruben Amorim will be keen to add some firepower to his squad to continue United's rise up the table. Recent reports claimed Bailey, who has 1 goal and 2 assists for Villa this season, was under consideration at United as a potential option after also sending Antony on loan to Real Betis. But according to the men, United are focusing on players who can play through the middle rather than wide men. Amorim's 3-4-3 system means the likes of Noussair Mazraoui and Diogo Dalot can play as wing-backs, allowing players like Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo, Zirkzee and Højlund to play further forward while still retaining width. It says Tel and Nkunku are 2 players who have been identified ahead of deadline day, after their clubs Bayern Munich and Chelsea made them available for an exit. Tel has been cast aside by Bayern Munich boss Vincent Kompany this season, after making just 2 starts in the Bundesliga, but his future is still up in the air after rejecting a move to Tottenham. Nkunku, meanwhile, has managed to score 13 goals in all competitions for Chelsea, despite finding himself down the pecking order under boss Enzo Maresca. The latest deal through the door at United was Dorgu, who revealed his pride at joining the Red Devils on Sunday. He said, "I am incredibly proud to be able to call myself a Manchester United player. This is a very special day for my whole family. I cannot wait to work with Ruben Amorim. His vision for this team and the future of the club is incredibly exciting. There is a clear plan set out for my development, and I feel that Manchester United is the perfect place to fulfill my potential and complete my huge ambitions." Manchester United have confirmed the signing of defender Patrick Dorgu from Lecce in a deal worth £29.2 million. The Denmark international has signed a contract until June 2030 with the option of an additional year. The transfer fee is broken down as £25 million up front, with a potential £4 million in performance-related bonuses. Dorgu, 20, who will play at left wing-back, said, "I am incredibly proud to be able to call myself a Manchester United player. This is a very special day for my whole family. I cannot wait to work with Ruben Amorim. His vision for this team and the future of the club is incredibly exciting. There is a clear plan set out for my development, and I feel that Manchester United is the perfect place to fulfill my potential and complete my huge ambitions." Jason Wilcox, United's technical director, said, "Patrick is a really exciting talent. His strong defensive and attacking attributes, adaptability and work rate will make him a key part of Ruben Amorim's squad." Patrick has had a superb start to his career, and at the age of just 20, we know he will continue to develop under the guidance of our excellent coaching team. Patrick is the latest exciting young player that we have brought into the club. We believe that each of these talents has world-class potential and the ability to play a key role in achieving the success that everyone at Manchester United is striving for. United were in need of a new left-back after missing Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia for most of the season, with Diogo Dalot having to play out of position. The Red Devils had initially targeted PSG's Nuno Mendes before turning their attentions to Dorgu. Lecce rebuffed their first offer of £23 million, but eventually agreed a deal worth around £31 million for the 20-year-old. Dorgu had his medical at Carrington on Saturday after jetting into Manchester to put the finishing touches on his move, and now bolsters Amorim's squad as he looks for more players who can slot into his 3-4-3 system. The Dane's arrival ends a 2-week transfer saga where United were locked in talks with Lecce officials, who at first were adamant that Dorgu was not for sale at any price. President Sticci Damiani said last week, "We are trying to resist, as is logical, because it is in our interest to keep the players who are protagonists of this group. So far, our idea is to not sell anyone in January." After finally striking a breakthrough in talks, Lecce boss Marco Giampaolo left Dorgu out of his squad for their 3-1 win over Parma on Friday night, confirming he was set to fly to Manchester. It's true, Patrick Dorgu will be flying to Manchester on Saturday. He's a fantastic player and guy. He always did his best for us. I didn't play him tonight as his mind could be already there. Old Trafford, Dorgu scored 3 times and assisted once in 21 starts in Serie A this season, reflecting how key he was for Lecce. Having come through the club's youth system, he played a total of 57 times for the team, scoring 5 times overall. Marcus Rashford has reportedly been told he will never play for Manchester United again, whilst Ruben Amorim is manager. Rashford hasn't played for United since December 12th, with Amorim refusing to hand him a single minute since dropping him for the Manchester derby win. He's largely been shunned, except for one contest when he was an unused substitute. The 27-year-old has been heavily linked with a January move away, and a loan switch to Aston Villa is now edging closer. Amorim has been quick to come into Manchester and make a statement, and has continued to question Rashford's application. The Sun reports that it had been made clear to Rashford he will not play for the Red Devils again, while the 40-year-old Portuguese coach is at the helm, which leaves him having to seek pastures new, at least in the short term. A source said, "Marcus always said he would never play for another club in England because he is a United fan. He started to think he needed to move earlier this season and wanted to go to a big European club. The reality is, he's not had the interest he expected. Villa first showed a tentative interest in him last November. Amorim has made it very clear he has no future at Old Trafford. Villa have managed to offer him 2 things, keeping his wage the same and Champions League football. A switch to Villa Park will allow Rashford to operate at a competitive outfit who, this season at least, are playing at a higher level of European football than the Red Devils." The English forward has lost his place in the international setup and has struggled for goals over the past 18 months. Since his career best season in 2022/23, the United frontman has seen his attitude questioned, both internally and externally. Erik Ten Hag previously dropped the player following off-the-pitch misdemeanours. On the pitch, Rashford's effort is another thing to be called out, with Amorim taking another swipe at him this week. He said, "Imagine a talent like Rashford. Our team should be so much better with him. But he has to change. If he changes, we are more than welcome to include him, and we need it. But at this moment, we have to set some standards. We are waiting for Rashford if he wants it really badly. You, the media, want to make it personal. I have nothing against Marcus, but I have to make the same rules for everybody."